Hey everyone, my name is Kelsey with ShipShape Arizona. I am here to do a 15-minute stretch break with you. Today we're going to primarily focus on the hips and a little bit of the low back, just so we can get kind of some movement in there, because if you're sitting all day, we're not doing too much right now. This is going to be really great for you, and it's probably going to help alleviate some back pain and open up those hips a little bit more. We definitely need that. So for today's practice, you are going to need a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, definitely grab a wash towel, just a towel. Get a towel. It can be a long towel, little towel, whatever you need. Just make sure you have that handy. Have some water handy next to you. And yeah, we will just dive right into it. So to get started, we're going to go onto our mats and go into a nice quadruped position, making sure that our wrists are directly underneath our shoulders and our knees are directly in line with our hips. And you want about a fist width distance between your knees. That's usually about where the hips are going to be at. So feet are also going to be within that hip distance part. So we're just going to start off with a basic cat-cow. Nothing super crazy. You're going to exhale and roll, tucking the pelvis under, coming up, arching the back, making it nice and simple, like a Halloween cat. And then inhale, dropping that pelvis up, dropping the belly nice and down, and coming up. And again, lead with that pelvis, kind of rounding the back in the cat, and then dropping it into cow. I really love this move because it really opens up the spine and it helps alleviate, kind of gets the pelvis moving, gets the spine moving, all that fun stuff. You can do a couple more rounds, inhaling, exhaling, rounding that back up as much as arching it up. Kind of, you need to take a little extra movements going back and forth, really get into the deep part of the spines. Remembering to breathe, coming down. We'll go through one more round. Halloween cat up into that cat position and dropping it down into that cow. When you're ready, find that nice neutral spine. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of movement in the hip. So we're going to keep our leg bent. We're going to use the knee kind of as a focal point. And we're going to draw a circle with our knee, opening up that hip, making it nice and long. My leg is staying bent. I'm not extending the knee. And I'm just using it to rotate forward. I'm trying to place the weight evenly across the body. And we're going to do one more. And then we're going to reverse the action. So coming on forward. It's kind of like doing standing cowboys, but just in a quadruped position. And again, I'm just moving within the hip joint. My knee is staying bent. I'm flexing the foot. One more time. Find that neutral spine again. Make sure if you feel like you got a little wonky there, find that neutral spine right there. And we're going to do it on the other side. So taking that left leg, we're going backwards behind about 5 times. And then reverse that action, coming forward. Really getting those joints nice and loose in the hips. And finding that neutral spine once again. I'm going to turn and face you guys for this next one, or I'm going to hit it at 45. We're going to sit. I'm sorry, we're not sitting. We're going to be back into that tabletop position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my right leg out directly to the side of me. So my foot is flat onto the ground. And all I'm going to do is have a nice straight leg. We're really going to focus on this inner thigh here. And we're just going to sit back, keeping that spine nice and long, and then rock it forward. So we're just coming back and forward. Again, kind of, you're going to feel this a little bit in that inner thigh. We're maintaining that nice, even position. Kind of engaging the core a little bit just to kind of help us out. We're opening and closing. We'll hit one more time back. Come on up. All right. Find that nice neutral spine again. If you felt like you got a little out of place, we're going to do it on the left side now. So same thing, sticking that left leg right out to the side. We're just going to sit back into those hips, making sure that spine stays nice and long. Back, forth. Keep going with the flow of the breath. Bring back, move forward. Real simple. Nothing super crazy here. One more. And come on up. Find that nice neutral spine again. We're going to do a little bit of low back work, or you can argue some for the upper shoulder too, depending on how tight you are. We're going to take the big toes and just touch them ever so slightly. You can take the knees as wide as the mat, or you can take them nice and close. From where you're sitting, you're going to push your hand, you're going to push down onto the mat, sitting back and trying to get down onto those heels with the glutes. Now, the more far apart your knees are, the easier this is going to be getting into this position, but you don't want to lose the stretch, so you want to make sure that your fingertips are like a little sticky, have little stickies on them, and you're going to press the body back and down. And just take a moment to breathe here. We are in child's pose. It's real easy. From here, we're going to raise the gaze, or look in between our fingers, or look in between our thumbs, and then we're just going to gently walk the hands over to the left side. You want to press down through that right hand to get that nice little stretch, trying to get that right hip nice and even to the ground and keeping those. You're going to feel the stretch kind of along the side body, a little bit in the low back. Just breathe. On your next exhalation, look up between the thumbs again and just crawl the hands over to the left side or to the right side. Again, keeping it nice and simple and pressing down into that side. Really opening up the left side. A couple of breaths here. On your next exhale, look up in between the thumbs and just crawl the hands back to center. Slowly come up back into that tabletop position. Find that nice tabletop position. We're going to extend the left leg nice and long, right behind us, and then we're going to slowly walk it or just bring it up in between our hands here. Once we've done that, place your hands on the thighs, and we're going to take a nice hip flexor stretch here. Now, really important thing here is that you don't want this heel to be coming up off the mat. So knee needs to be in line with the ankle, no further. We're going to pull ourselves up and through our abdomen, and we're going to go down and forward with the pelvis. Really bending from within this hip joint here, and you're going to feel this right along this front thigh right here. If you want a little bit of extra, you can raise the arms up, kind of going into a little bit of a back bend here. Nothing super crazy, just to get into that psoas. When you're ready, drop the hands on down to the leg. We're going to place the hands onto the floor and bring that left leg right behind us. And now for the right. Again, stretching it nice and long to begin with, and then placing it in between the hands. If you need to walk it forward, that's perfectly fine. We're making sure that our knee is in line with our ankle. We're going to sit it on up. And again, same thing on that left side. We're just going to bend from within the hip. So we're pushing down and forward. We're rising up and out of the pelvis. Our belly is holding us up. Shoulders are relaxed. And you're breathing. again, if you need that extra little stretch on this side, go ahead, raise it up into a little bit of a back bend, not too crazy. And when you're ready, drop the hands onto there, and then come on to all fours. Now, make sure you have your strap nice and handy. We're going to do a couple more stretches, especially for the legs, that help out with kind of that low back area because your beautiful hamstrings, which are on the back side of your leg, get really tight. So come onto your back and just lay on down. And again, make sure you have that strap nice and handy with you. So feet flat on the floor to start with. We're going to take the strap into either hand. Kind of know where the middle is at. If you have a towel, that works just as well. We're going to place our strap or towel on the ball of the foot. So right just above where the arch of the foot is at. Don't want to go any higher. We don't want to hit onto the toes. So just relax on down and just pull the leg nice and straight. You really want to make sure this knee is nice and straight. If you feel that you're still at like a little bit of a bend, but you're like, oh, this is straight, just press down onto the quad and straighten that leg out a little bit. You'll really feel the stretch. So with our right leg up in the air, we're going to take our left leg nice and long, but we're going to maintain a very active leg here. We're just holding it in right here. We're breathing into it. You're going to feel this along the back side of the leg right here, but we really want to make sure this left leg stays nice and active through here. We're just going to take a breath here. Try to pull that leg in a little bit farther to you. We're really watching what our pelvis is doing. We're not popping it up. We're keeping it nice and even to the ground. So from here, we're going to place the strap into our right hand. Get a nice little bit of a grip on it. We're going to place our left arm long next to our side. And then we're just going to take that leg, right leg, and open it up. Now you can kind of use your right arm as a little bit of a support system on the ground to help guide that arm down. Really make sure that left hip is not popping up and you're not falling to the ground. Get a nice view of my foot right there. It's okay. I'm going to see. Now, some of you are going to be here, and a lot of you might actually hit the floor while keeping your hips nice and even. That's okay. Wherever you're at in your flexibility is where you're at. You really want to make sure that right or that left shoulder doesn't pop up off the mat either. So this whole left side is trying to remain grounded into the mat. When you're ready, kind of use the strap to guide the foot back up to center. Place the strap in both hands once again. See if you can't get it a little bit farther to you. And then place the strap into the left hand. Right arm out to the side, nice and long. And then you're only going to take maybe a couple inches here. We're just going to slowly bring the foot over to the left side. We're not crossing all the way, but we want to feel a nice stretch in our IT band, and we're keeping this right hip on the ground. So if your right hip's popping up, bring it back down onto the ground. And again, you're probably going to feel this right in this area and maybe a little bit in the glute, and that's where you want to feel this. And again, you're probably only moving max 6 inches with this. Again, that arm is out to the side here. We're keeping that right arm grounded. Now we're going to get into some low back stuff here because we're going to take this leg all the way over to that left side. So I'm going to pick up my right hip, trying to stack it over my left. My right shoulder is still grounded and my leg is staying straight. If you need to bend the knee a little bit, that's okay right in this area. In this twist, you really want to feel kind of this in the low back, and you want to look over your right shoulder. Remembering to breathe. The straighter your legs is, the more intense the stretch is. You need to bend a little bit and really want to feel into that low back, and stay right there. Whatever feels good for your body. And we're going to come back up to center. One more nice little tug on this one, and then we're just going to release this guy down onto the ground. Bend those feet once again. This time we're going to do it on the left side. Good news is this is the only other side that you have. So place on the ball of your foot, bringing it nice and straight. Drop in both hands, extend the leg long, and we're just holding here. Now definitely take a notice, because I noticed this definitely for sure on this side is that my left side is not as flexible as my right. Accept it. It's okay. So we're just breathing. We're holding here. Go ahead, take that strap into the left hand, and we're going to open the leg up to the left side. Really making sure that this hip is not flopping up, and neither is the shoulder. So kind of use the arm to help ground you down. You're holding it nice and open. You are going to feel a stretch kind of in the inner thigh, but if you knew that from the first side, that's where you really want to feel this. And breathe into it. If you're feeling any intense pain, always come out of the stretch a little bit. And come back up to center. Nice and easy. See if you can't tug it on a little bit more. Take that into the right hand, and we're just going to do the little one. Nice little movement. Oof. Feel that right into that side of the leg. Maybe down into the glute a little bit. And again, max, you're probably only going to be moving about 6 inches. So left hip still grounded. A little bit more intense on this side for me. Remember to breathe. You're doing good. All right, we're going to take that leg all the way over to the right side. Dropping it down. We're extending that left arm out to the side here, and we're looking over that shoulder. We're holding this leg. If it can touch the ground, it can touch the ground. But remember, most important thing, that left shoulder stays touching the mat. And again, if you want to bend the knee a little bit to really feel this in the low back, or if you want to maintain that nice straight leg, is really up to you. This is your moment. And bring that leg back up to center. Squeeze it in just a little bit. And then take that strap right out of there. And give yourselves a little bit of shake. Let's roll on over to our right side and sit it on up. All right, everyone, that is all I have for you today. I hope your legs feel a little bit more loose, that your low back feels a little bit better as well. If you would like more, definitely do some yoga. The virtual classes are always here to help you guys. We also have more stretch breaks during the week. So hope to see you guys again and hope you enjoy and have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.